So I get a couple days off work. I have to try to make the most of them. I want to try to get back to Kansas and hunt. I know my days are limited there. I start calling literally everybody I know. I even put a Facebook post out for a camera guy. Couldn't get anybody to go, I finally harassed Joe Sir enough to convince him to go. He actually wanted to come hunt Missouri with me during rifle season. We had 2 days before rifle season opened in Missouri. So I worked out a deal with him that if he came and filmed me in Kansas for a couple of days, we would shoot back to Missouri and I'd film him there. So Joe heads down to Missouri, meet him at the house, and we make the drive to western Kansas to see if we can't get it done in 2 days.
All right, well, it's November 19th, first day in Kansas. We only have 2 days, so we're gonna not be very picky. We just want a mature deer. I got a couple that we can't shoot, but a lot that we can. So we just had about 120, 130 inch 7-pointer come in behind us and just come off the field. So he was on does, had his head down the whole time, but tried to call to him, just didn't work. But we're gonna sit here, it's early. I mean, peak movement, it's on here. Peak movement's been 9 to 11, so all these deer, I can still see deer out in the field at this point, so it'll take them a little bit to get back in here, but looks like we got in here undetected, so we got the ozonics up. We should be good. We're gonna hunt it out. Hopefully we can get a good deer down, we'll see.
We get down there, it's dark. I can only imagine what Joe's thinking because it's completely pitch dark. He doesn't even know what we're hunting, what it looks like, any of that. But we sneak down, get down in this big cottonwood tree that runs along the river. And essentially you have one bedding area that's about 100 yards downriver, and you have another one that's about 100 yards the other direction. And we get there, it's just breaking light. I catch horns, look up, and it's a deer I know named Potential. Probably 160-inch 9-pointer. And this is a deer that Jeremy just doesn't want killed. So we have to watch him kind of chase the doe around and kind of work around the stand on us. And it's a great start to the morning, and it's just a little piece of the iceberg we're about to uncover. So a couple hours into our sit, we literally have a hot doe that's about 50 yards to the north of us, another hot doe on the opposite direction of the stand, and it was to a point to where they both had 4 or 5 bucks chasing them, and I didn't even know which way to watch. Honestly, you're trying to move around to see which one's going to present the first opportunity. We knew it was just a matter of time before a shooter was going to make a mistake.
Movement has really slowed down. We've seen a couple does, that's about it. So we're gonna take advantage of it, rattle a little bit, see if we can get something shaken up. If not, we know these bucks are back on their feet around 2:30, so we don't have long to wait, but we'll see if we can't make something happen here midday. Could get interesting.
So as we worked through the morning, didn't really get a shot at these shooters, saw a ton of deer though, and we had a lull. It was midday, probably for about an hour. I think Joe took a nap. I had to wake him up when the first deer showed up again, but had bucks start showing up, and it was just kind of a slow trickle into the afternoon where you'd see one buck, and then 10 minutes later you'd see another one, and another one, another one. They started, you could tell they were just starting to move, and it wasn't long before I caught a 10-pointer coming down the line that caught sight of him and knew this deer was going to be a shooter. So the deer comes up to the fence, and I think he's gonna go 40. I start to draw my bow back, and he jumps the fence and comes straight to us. So as I let up, I don't realize this at the time, but I let up, deer's coming. I had rolled my hand muff into my cam, and literally it was stuck between my string and my cam. So as he's here, and I'm running out a window to shoot, I'm trying to get my bow back, but I don't want to derail the bow, and I need to get it off my hand muff. So I'm struggling with the bow. Finally, I mean, just back and forth trying to get it slowly, and finally get it. Thank God he didn't look up, because I was moving around like crazy in the tree, but finally get it back, and I've literally got like a foot left in my window to get this deer killed before he gets behind some trees.
We smoked him, baby. This is day 1 for us. We have 4 days. We have 4 days. Joe and I were gonna come to Kansas. He was gonna help me run a camera for me, get my Kansas tag filled. We're gonna drive all night, get back to Missouri, hopefully get on some bucks back there. But what a day. This is one of the best days I've ever had in the woods. That is the buck we're here for. I tell you what, Jeremy has some pictures of this deer. He just showed up. Doesn't have a lot of history with him, but a little bit. Showed up as a 4-year-old 10 on Jeremy's farms. A lot of guys would love that deer like this. I know in Missouri, if I had a deer like this, he'd be on my hit list. But Jeremy is blessed with some great property and some extreme management. This deer's a 4-year-old. He gave us the green light on him, and I'll kill this deer all day long and put him on my wall because I am very, very happy with him. Just a phenomenal deer. So, man, it's starting off good. We are just getting started. Get him done, tagged out, get in the truck, and head back to Missouri. We're gonna get back in the tree there and hopefully get something whacked.
Key to success for this is just a matter of taking advantage of opportunities. Taking my son hunting, only had a couple days, but tried to make the most of it. Going to Kansas, driving 6.5 hours one way. You know, I have 2 days to hunt, but we tried to do it and got out there and it worked out. You have to take advantage of the opportunities you have, especially with a full-time job. Maybe you only have 1-2 days a week, but man, get out there. November, anything can happen. And it's just a matter of getting out there and getting in the tree and seeing what comes your way.